Now that it's not a sweep in the Western Conference Finals, how long do you think this series might go?
6. Plus 170, that's the bet. Was plus 190 this morning. So somehow that got influenced. Word got out. But the point of this is, jokes aside, you got 3 options here. You got this series ending in 5, 6, or 7. All right, let's start with 7. I don't think you see it going that long. Good win from Minnesota last night, but here's the key. It was their best shooting night of the entire series. They were way outside their season averages from the field and from three-point range. Meanwhile, it was Dallas's worst shooting night from the entire series. That's what was required for Minnesota to win this game by 5 points. I don't see that happening 3 more times in a row, so we can eliminate 7 from the equation, in my opinion. I'm also going to eliminate 5 games because we're going to Minnesota for Game 5, and the Wolves are currently a 5.5-point favorite, and we're not necessarily sure of the status of Derek Lively. So by process of elimination, plus 170, series ends in 6.
Did you say it on radio? Maybe that's why it came down.
We said a lot of things on radio today. None of them were very sensible.
That's already your second walk-off this week on the show.
I can't walk off. I am.
Bring back Zoolander. Zoolander 3.
Erin, we hear Joe thinks it's going to go 6 games as you look ahead to the 5th game, which we're guaranteed of. What do you have your eye on?
Obviously looking at Luka Doncic, because before the series, I had talked a little bit too much smack about Luka being not healthy enough. We should take Minnesota minus 1.5 games for the series. Boy, was I wrong. This
called
guy,
him fat.
I did not say that. I would never say that about someone, Joe. Do not put those words in my mouth. But look at game 1. He had 15 of his 33 points in the 4th quarter. Then he had a game-winning 3-pointer in game 2. I mean, he co-led the team with 33 points game 3 and then 28 points in the loss. Like, again, he just every game seems to be doing well. So I'll be targeting some of his player props, more specifically over 39.5 points and assists. I know we're not getting too much into picks right now, but just in general, it's going to be interesting to see if he can close it out with Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie has to be just as good alongside him, but it's going to be hard going to Minnesota and being able to close it out, although we have seen it done already in the first 2 games of the series. So I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely also would be taking the points.
All right, I want to go back to you, Joe, because you mentioned a name that we talked about extensively heading into Game 4. That's Derek Lively, the big man for the Dallas Mavericks. His status not yet known for Game 5, so remind us again why his absence would mean so much.
Defense, crushes their defense, opens things up for Karl-Anthony Towns. Most important takeaway, perhaps, plays right into what Dolan was just talking about. You're talking about Luka, points plus assists, get rebounds in there as well. Here's why. First 3 games in this series, Luka averaging 7.6 rebounds per game. Not bad at all. Lively's out of the equation. Luka had 15 rebounds last night. Playoff high. Not a coincidence. You take Lively out of the equation, he was averaging about 8 rebounds per game. Luka needed to crash the boards more often. So I'd be looking at Luka rebound props. I'd be looking at Karl-Anthony Towns point prop again. Yep. Went over 19.5 last night. It's already set at 19.5. Here's the key. More in the mid-range. He wasn't shooting as much from 3. He finally realized he should use his size. He took advantage of Lively's absence. Do that again if he's out.
Luka triple-double, maybe. Ooh. Never know.
Yeah,
Might get spicy.
Hell yeah.
Add one there so he could run that back. I like the way you guys are collabing there with Luka, who is, as Erin knows, not fat. He's in incredible shape.
I never
said
said
What are we supposed to do with that?
Anita Marks, welcome to the show. How are we doing this evening? I'm curious what your read is on what we'll see in Game 5.
Yeah, just quick note here. I have the Mavs in 6 before the series started. Teams 3-1, 95% win rate. So I'm feeling good about that. But let's talk about Game 5. I do like the Mavs getting the points. Why? We've seen it time and time again. Minnesota, no bueno at home. 1-4 against the spread. Their last 5 games at home, when they are favored by 3.5, if not more. Dallas 6-2 against the spread on the road in the playoffs with 4 straight wins. Why? They know how to pace themselves. They hang around to win ball games. And you talk about Lively, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, no concussion diagnosed. So fingers crossed, I'm sure a lot of Mavs fans hoping that he will be, as I like to call it, active and attractive. And again, with the Minnesota Timberwolves, we know at home, they play tight. They just play tight, and Towns disappears. So probably my favorite wager tomorrow will be the Mavs getting the points, for sure.